Hello, everybody. Recently, we got news about a couple things that interest me and collide with each other. Uh, PlayStation is going to end physical disc production starting in January 2028. That's huge. And the other thing is Xbox is probably is following suit. Um, Rumored that they're going to have a discless console following, you know, just to go all digital. Looks like from 2028 through on the future. Um, what this could result in is a few things. Current physical games are going to hold more of a value over time. Um, I mean, not like sports games or anything like that. Maybe sports games eventually actually go up for once. But no, like even retro games like N64, all these classic retro games, those prices in general are going to go up. Like physical media for like PS5, PS4 exclusives and like Xbox exclusives, they're going to go up in price. Now, could this be the end of people who game now and quit gaming in the future? I mean, a chunk of it. Collector wise, you might see drop off of collectors just not wanting to collect anymore because of the prices, and you can't get, they're not getting physical copies of, let's just say, what's a game that's going to come out in 2028? Let's just say they did Final Fantasy VIII remake. It's going to be digital only, so it's really sucks that all these games that we got in the past on PlayStation, we got physical editions. So like FF7, FF8, all the Final Fantasies, and we just got Final Fantasy remake, rebirth, and then Revelation. Like we'll have that'll be the last Final Fantasy game possibly to have a physical copy available. Now, this might bring down the economy for game stores, like local game stores. I mean, not counting GameStop or anything like that, but like, um, it could bring down the business a little bit less for those people, and that really sucks because that just makes their living. Um, Now I'm a gamer. I'm a collector of all sorts. Uh, but I do like digital. The only reason I like digital is the convenience of it. I do like that you can find, like, let's just say, cheaper copy on Steam, and instead of getting it on Xbox or PlayStation Store, I really get it on Steam. Um, Now, when it comes to older games, PlayStation 2, 1, and 64, GameCube, NES, SNES, handheld, obviously. Uh, I will always like physical copies. It just feels right, you know. It's like that gut feeling that you go for. You're like, do I really want that on my computer when I have it already on my console? Um, so it's just you're weighing your options, but also I like it having physical copies too for certain games, uh, to just experience those things with my son, nephews, and niece of like how how we game back in the day. Um, it's all about the journey, how we played those games and the experiences. Like for example, sliding a disc into the Xbox 360 and then download the game, and then plug your controller in, or just replace the battery packs that you need to, um, or do a 10 fix of the Red Ring of Death. Um, those things I don't miss. Don't miss any of those things, but I do miss the nostalgia feeling of those things. If that makes sense. Like, man, it just like it's a memory bank, and it's something that I will never forget of doing those things. And now these kids, you just plug it in and charge it for everything they need. Their controller, their tablets, um, the Switch, stuff like that. Um, it's just rechargeable things now. I mean, you got to have a. I mean, you have to download software, update the software, stuff like that. Um, but not like the only thing I think that's similar and will stay that way is like Nintendo is probably gonna be the last thing that really continues doing physical media. Even though they've already tested the waters with physical and digital, and giving you the game key on a little cartridge, which you technically don't have the physical game on the thing. It's just you download it digitally. Um, Now, since we are on the verge of losing physical disc copies of games, don't be surprised that the prices of those copies are going to go up. It'll be pricier in game stores. It might be even harder to find certain games that you're looking for your collection. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Um, really sucks. Really does suck. Um, Now, some people will comment, some people will complain. Just emulate it. Well, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. I'm all for emulation if it's utilized in a more professional and honest way. So, for example, there was a way back when Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild released, you can emulate that game on a certain emulator, but you had to provide that you owned a copy. Now, stuff like that, I really like. I really love that. Um, I just find it, I find it icky, gross. It feels illegal. Um, of just using a third party emulator, ripping some ROMs, or downloading a game and then playing it. Um, I mean, it's like you gotta weigh your options. I don't like doing it whenever I can go buy a physical copy of something, I guess. But also at the same time, if it's been released and they're not doing production on that game, then I'm okay with it. Um, for example, I mean, I have two things that emulate. I have I have this, which is the Game Boy Epilogue, which is super cool. It literally you just plug it in your computer, you have your application that you'd have to install, then you literally plug in your own game cartridge, and it emulates it through this device to your PC. It also can detect if it's an authentic or fake copy, which is super sick. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Uh, Keeping the what I call it, the preserving the gaming preservation of gaming, basically game preservation, whatever you want to call it. This is one of my favorite things. And then this is like my first little handheld that I got. It is the Amberneck 35XX Pro. Super, it's super handy. Like it's super handy whenever I can't lug around like a older console, or say PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1. Actually, not PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, GB. I mean, I got a Game Boy Advance. I can lug that around. But what if I want other games? So this is nice to have for handhelds. Um, I guess I'm just open minded to all retro modern gaming, and how you play it, but like the rightful way instead of like it just. I think it's illegal to me, and I'm not gonna do it. But if it's like these games, they don't produce anymore physically, like currently, then going to download it, especially if a company owns and has game, it can give you the resources. Find it legal still at that point. um, but nonetheless, digital content is just, I don't think it's going to be the saving grace for the next generation of gaming. I think they should make less copies of games for every release of a title. Um, and I'm pretty sure this is including not just first party. This is including third party companies and games. Like for example, um, I was gonna say Pragmata or Pragmata, however you want to pronounce it. But that is a first party. Dang, I can't think of anything. Either way, I think we should reach out. I think they should reach out to both parties of gaming, either if it's for collecting or the gaming side. People just want to play. I think you should find every opportunity to reach every source of gamers, even if that's including collectors. Um, I think physical media should be a standard.